The car smelled like cologne and roses. White ribbons fluttered from the door handles, tapping the paint in a nervous rhythm as we moved through traffic. My wedding suit felt too tight at the collar, or maybe my throat had closed on its own. He didn't look at me when he spoke. "I shouldn't be here," my best friend said, hands steady on the steering wheel. The city blurred past, billboards, signals, strangers who had no idea my life was splitting open in the back seat of a decorated car. I forced a smile. "You're the best man." A pause. Too long. He swallowed. I saw it in his jaw. "Your mother paid me," he said, "years ago." The words slid into the car like a blade between ribs. "To stay away from you." The engine hummed. A horn blared somewhere. I watched his knuckles turn white. I didn't ask him to repeat it. I didn't ask why. I stared at the road ahead and felt something ancient and precise wake up inside my chest. My wedding venue was 20 minutes away. So was the truth. My mother had always loved control more than affection. She curated people the way she curated furniture. Nothing clashing, nothing out of place. Friends approved. Emotions edited, history rewritten when inconvenient. Still, this felt unreal. "You took the money?" I said. He nodded once. Shame flickered, then disappeared behind loyalty or fear. "She said you were unstable, dangerous, that staying close would ruin my life." A bitter laugh tried to climb out of me. I strangled it before it escaped. "And you believed her?" "I needed the money," he said. "She knew that." Of course she did. I thought of the years he vanished, the unanswered messages, the silence that arrived without explanation and stayed like a sentence. I thought of my mother crying when I asked why he disappeared. "People leave," she had said. "You need to stop chasing them." The car stopped at a red light. I saw my reflection in the glass, calm, controlled, a groom on his way to say vows he no longer recognized. "Did she say anything else?" I asked. He hesitated. "She said you weren't hers." The light turned green. Something inside me clicked into place. I told him to keep driving. I told him we were still going to the wedding. Externally, I was flawless. Internally, I became methodical. I remembered the comments about my hair, my eyes, the way family photos framed me slightly apart, the way my mother never spoke about my father without bitterness sharpened into something else. After the ceremony, smiles, applause, kisses that felt staged, I began collecting quiet truths, old hospital records, birth dates that didn't align, a missing signature on my birth certificate. I ordered a DNA test under my mother's name while she vacationed, convinced her doctor needed an updated sample. She trusted systems. She raised me to fear them. Phone records followed, transactions, payments to people who drifted away from me at strategic moments in my life. She hadn't just bought silence, she had curated isolation. I slept beside my wife and felt like an actor in my own body. No confrontations, not yet. The results arrived on a Tuesday. I read them once, then again. Then I printed them and folded the paper until it fit neatly into my jacket pocket. I invited my mother for tea. She smiled when she saw me, that practiced warmth, that proprietary pride. We sat across from each other. I slid the paper between us. "Who is he?" I asked. Her eyes dropped. Not confusion, recognition. She didn't deny it. She cried instead. A married man, powerful, ashamed, a mistake she never stopped resenting, especially because I carried his face. "He would have ruined you," she whispered. "I protected you." I watched her crumble without moving. Protection, I realized, was just another word she used for ownership. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I thanked her for teaching me how manipulation works, for showing me how money erases people, for proving that love, when weaponized, becomes control. I told her my best friend had confessed. I told her my wife knew everything. I told her I had already contacted my biological father, not for reconciliation, but for acknowledgement, public, documented. Her face drained of color. You wouldn't, she said. I already did. I stood. From today, I said, you have no son, only consequences. She reached for my hand. I stepped back. I don't hate her. Hatred requires attachment. What I feel now is clarity. My best friend didn't come back into my life. Some things stay broken. My marriage survived, reshaped by truth instead of illusion. And my mother? She attends events alone now, smiles strained, stories unanswered. People finally leave her, not because I paid them, but because I stopped protecting the lie. Some betrayals don't destroy you. They introduce you to yourself. And once you see clearly, you never get lost again.